Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ryan the Lion Video Games, with me Ryan the Lion, and welcome to The Roar. Today we're going to be reviewing FireWatch. Came out on the PlayStation 4 and PC, and this only costs $15.99, but if you're a PlayStation member it is $13.49, so there's a little bit of a discount in there for you if you are a PlayStation member. You also can buy a bundle pack which is $16.99, and you get a dynamic theme for your PlayStation 4 if you're interested in that as well, which I did purchase, and the theme is pretty good, damn awesome. Firewatch is a very peculiar game. It is very story driven. It is what people like to refer to as a walking simulator. There isn't really any real way to die as of such or fail. It's more, this is what they mean by a walking simulator. We start off the story as a man called Henry, who is taking a new job, but this isn't just taking a new job or getting a new job. This is a sense of escapism for Henry, as unfortunately his wife has been diagnosed with dementia, and as the story unfolds it becomes clear that it became very difficult for Henry to put up with and care for her, and make sure she was okay, not going to work and being there for her 24/7. And this is a peculiar subject for me because this hits home to me because my grandmother, she did have dementia. Unfortunately she's no longer with us now, but she did have dementia, and I seen how that, how the mind unravels, and how, obviously it's not just a memory thing, but completely forgetting who you are as a person. Every time I ever seen my gran, she seemed like a completely different person, and that was every time I seen her. And unfortunately, I will admit I didn't even see her half as much as I should have. But I did see the amount of work and care and effort that came, from my mother to look after her, and it was an extremely difficult thing to see not only see my mum go through, but it was also a difficult thing to just see, because dementia is a horrible illness. It takes anybody that doesn't know much about dementia. It's memory loss, and it takes away. It just kind of strips your mind of memories. It strips your mind. And this isn't, like a sudden process. This is a very slow process. Dementia sets in, and it slowly strips the mind of memories, of people's names and faces, and then eventually, starts to strip your personality down, and, you start forgetting things. And it starts off with simple things like forgetting that you put the kettle on, or forgetting that you were going for a cup of tea, or you were going to go out to the shops that day, or something like that. But whereas this illness does that to begin with, but then becomes increasingly worse, and it's an absolute horrible illness, and I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It is, absolutely awful, and I couldn't even imagine what some people go through for their husband, wife, son, daughter, anybody. Anybody with dementia will know and relate to how hard and difficult it is, and it's an extremely terrible illness. So the story kind of hits home that point to begin with, and it strikes you really badly. It makes you, it's all about choices to begin with. You meet this girl, Julia, your wife, and at first everything's rosy and everything's great, but obviously in every video game and in every film and every TV series, when things are going great and everything is absolutely perfect, you're waiting for that moment of conflict, that moment of the kind of full stop, and things go wrong, that fork in the road kind of thing. And this is exactly what happens in Firewatch. And so you take this job as a Firewatch in a forest in Colorado, and your boss, Delilah, who communicates, you don't actually see her, you only communicate through the radio with her, and she tells you where to go and what to do. You kind of build up a slow relationship, a slow connection, a friendship with this woman, and you kind of have the choice. I only played through this game once. You have the choice to be kind of flirty with her, or make little flirty comments to her. But I just personally didn't think that was right. As having a wife, as much as she doesn't know me and doesn't know Henry and completely doesn't have any idea kind of what's going on, I still felt like Henry, was kind of relating to me. If that was me in that situation, I wouldn't be like that. But of course, it's easy for me to say, because I haven't experienced, God forbid, I haven't experienced my wife or anyone like that with dementia. Anyone kind of first hand in my life with dementia. So this was, as I say, this was a really interesting subject, and it was very apparent through the entire story. And it's all choice based. You get multiple choices to choose on the radio of what you want to say and what you want to do, and you get multiple choices of where you want to go. So you don't necessarily have to do that mission or do that quest line and then just go back to the radio tower or go on to the next day. You can explore anywhere you want, and you can fully explore. So there's lots of little Easter eggs and little tiny bits here and there that you could explore. It's a vast forest. And all you have is a map and a compass to accompany you and show you where you're going. So it was an interesting concept because there was a little bit of puzzle play to it. There was a small bit of gameplay to it, but it is ultimately a walking simulator. And this game, the story is the game, and that's what a lot of people say, and that's what a lot of people grumble at, how they go, oh, it's not a game, you can't class it as a video game. Yes, you can class this as a video game, because you the player, are still playing it, and as much as there isn't any great obstacles to overcome, there's still a story to play out, and you are directly involved in that story, and you need to make choices. So you need to choose what you want to say to certain people, you need to choose what you want to do, and especially at the start that's very apparent with the dialogue. So that is your gameplay. You could argue that a lot of the point and click games aren't video games because you're just walking about and solving a few puzzles, but there is small little elements to this where you are solving puzzles. So I disagree with anyone that wants to call it wants to not call it a video game, shall I say. But if you disagree and you want to make some points to me, then don't be shy, leave a comment below and let me know. But this game graphically is gorgeous. It is absolutely beautiful. It's got a kind of animated sense to it, a kind of cartoony style to it. It's not meant to look completely realistic, but your environment is meant to look, it's meant to be colourful, it's meant to be vibrant. The colours are really, your reds are red, your blues are blue, your oranges are orange. The orange in this game is stunning, with the sunlight. And it's just beautifully well done. And not only that, because it's in the forest, you hear every kind of noise going. You hear owls at night, you hear little squirrels and deers and stuff running around when you're just walking around the forest during the day. There's a lot of noises going on. I suggest playing this with a set of headphones, because the headphones add that kind of sense of that elemental sense that you're in the forest yourself, and it does suck you in so deeply. So I suggest playing with headphones is probably the best option. But I absolutely adored this game. It was a really, really fun game, a very interesting journey. It's it's not too long. It's probably around about 3 hours. A lot of people are saying you can complete it in 1 hour. I'm not that kind of guy that speedruns games. Maybe in the future I do, but certainly not when I'm playing them for the first time. I like to explore. I like to get down to the nitty gritty and really get my hands dirty and see all the Easter eggs and all the side stuff. That's what I like doing. So it probably took me around about 3.5 hours to maybe 5 hours to complete this. And it was a great adventure, and I couldn't really complain. At 5 hours of gameplay, and a game that was, heavily story based and a lot of storytelling going on, and the story was genuinely quite good. I did really enjoy that. The only bad thing about the story is the way it finishes. The way it ends, it's very anticlimactic. It's very, you know, rushed. I felt as though they kind of maybe run out of, room to for the story to finish off. I just wanted it, I wanted to execute it a bit more. I wanted something more to happen. I was expecting a twist, or I was expecting something to go wrong, or something to happen at the end that was going to cause even a cliffhanger. There wasn't even a cliffhanger at the end to suggest, oh, they might release a Firewatch 2. They end it very abruptly, and that was probably my only disappointment through the entire game. The gameplay is pretty good. Like, there's not a lot of challenging gameplay. There's small, tiny little puzzles kind of thing, but that's about it. But it is very story based, and I'm a big story buff when it comes to video games, so this suited me down to the ground. This might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it certainly was mine. I enjoyed the hell out of this game, and I suggest anybody buy it. $15.99 on the PlayStation Network. I do suggest that you buy it. It is a good buy. The environments are vibrant. The colours are gorgeous. The graphical design is really well. It's gorgeous. It's really beautifully done. Considering it is a kind of cartoony animated style, it still is excellent. It still is really, really good fun. So, I suggest that anybody watches this and goes out and plays this game. Play it for yourself, because it will hit home to you, and your choices matter to you. And I do suggest that you play it that way. So thank you so much for watching this review, ladies and gentlemen. If you think that I've missed out a comment or something that I could have elaborated on, or something that you disagreed with, then please do not be shy and leave a comment below, and I will get back to you guys on that. And if you've enjoyed this review and you would like to see more reviews, then please hit that all important like button. And if any updates that you want to find out about my channel, or you want to find out more about me or any of my videos, then please hit the subscribe button to find out more about Ryan the Lion Video Games. Thank you so much for watching this, guys, and I can honestly say I am so grateful to each and every single one of you for your support, and each and every single one of you have been amazing with my channel, great advice, and I'm so grateful to all of you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and take care, guys.